CBS News senior crime and public safety producer Anna Schecter joins us now live with more on both of these stories. Anna, good morning, and thank you so much for being here.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
Let's start with Old Dominion University. Anna, the suspect had been previously convicted in a federal terrorism case tied to ISIS and was released from prison early. I think it begs the question, how difficult is it for investigators to keep tabs on individuals with these past ties?
Well, it's very difficult. It's a great question because you had somebody who, at the time of his sentencing back in 2017, had said, I apologize for this. And his lawyer talked about his past history of abuse as a child and told this very sad story about someone who was traumatized, trying to make the case that it wasn't that he was such an ISIS supporter, but rather he was a traumatized person who grabbed onto this ideology. Now, there's a counter-extremism project that has a bio of Mohammed Jallow saying that he had started listening to Anwar al-Awlaki's lectures, and that motivated him to quit the Virginia National Guard and follow this path of trying to provide material support to ISIS. So he served more than 9 years, got out. I think everybody assumed that it was done, that he had served his time. But it's a question of resources. How do you track this person who has a history of mental health issues, a history of trying to support ISIS? This is the type of thing where, in a way, you would call him a lone wolf, except for that he has this prior history. So the resources that it takes, that is tough for the federal government to spread out and actually have somebody monitoring his electronic communications. But even given that, we have to find out more about the weapon that he used in the attack, the gun that he used to shoot and kill Lieutenant Colonel Shaw. Was he allowed to get that? How did he obtain that weapon? This is a case where that absolutely slipped through the cracks, but thankfully the students stepped up. One of them with a knife subdued him and he died from that interaction. So it could have been much more carnage. There could have been a much higher casualty count. But look, it's a good question, and I think the federal government needs to take a really close look at how to better answer that question so this doesn't happen again.
Mm-hmm. And exactly, the follow-up is what's in question.
Absolutely.
And what happened after that. Okay, so you mentioned the students. They are being credited with confronting and stopping the gunman before police arrived, as you said. So what does this actually say about how quickly these kind of events unfold and the fact that these students even did that?
It's a stunning picture, right? Normally, you would think that law enforcement would come and confront a suspect like in this instance, but it actually was the students. And here, what counterterrorism experts and security experts are telling me is in this heightened threat environment, you need a whole of society approach to address the significantly increased amount of threats that are actually carrying out in the real world. And that's what happened here is people saw something and jumped into action. And it's a sad state of affairs that has to happen. But I just want to give you a little bit of a timeline. Okay, 2 weeks ago, the war with Iran started. U.S. And the Israeli Defense Forces started striking. Within a day or two, you had a shooting in Austin that was deadly. Less than a week later, you have two allegedly ISIS-inspired young men throwing IEDs on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, not something you see every day. And then less than a week later, you have this attack at this university. And a few hours later, you have a vehicle ramming into the largest synagogue in Michigan. This type of pace of attacks that appear to be at least spurred on by an overseas war, this type of pace of real-world incidents absolutely higher than normal, and it's really hard for law enforcement to mitigate all of these, to be frank.
And Anna, let's continue on that note, talk about the synagogue attack in Michigan. In that case, the suspect was killed after security engaged him. So what do we know about security planning at houses of worship and how that may have prevented this incident from being a lot worse?
Great question. The security officer who is credited as the hero here confronting this suspect, he was actually hit by the vehicle and was injured. He was part of a team that had been trained by the local FBI Detroit field office in security back in January, even before the launch of the Iran war, because of this heightened threat environment. So you have all types of houses of worship you're seeing more police presence, and even more specifically in the last 2 weeks. Now, the Oakland County Sheriff, the local sheriff, said right after this event that he had been in almost daily communication with the local police chief and the security team for this synagogue. So they had a plan in place, and the plan worked. As I said before with the other shooting down in Norfolk, Virginia, absolutely true in this case in Michigan. So many people could have been injured. There were mortar-style explosives in this vehicle. Had that explosion happened with more people around, you could have seen a loss of many lives.
Anna Schecter, thank you so much for your expertise and your analysis this morning. We appreciate it.
Great to be with you. Have a good day.
You as well.